welcome to Russ Can Fly. Listen, I know it's been a while since I did a live, and I was sitting here working on some of my videos. I'm in my studio, my fancy studio. Let me show you what it looks like. This is my fancy studio. Yeah, and so I just wanted to come on real quick just to say good afternoon. I know it's daylight savings time. It is currently here is noon on what is this date? March, what is this? March 9th. So it's noon and I'm hungry and I'm actually going to be getting some food pretty soon. But I just wanted to come and say hi. No, I didn't schedule this and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why I didn't schedule it is because I'm spontaneous like that. And I was in the middle of doing some video editing and looking at for flight to see what I was going to be able to do, if I was going to be able to fly. And, I didn't want to do anything that was like video editing and stuff. I just wanted to get on here and start blabbing. Real quick, one of the things that's been really funny is some of the people in the audience, it's been absolutely kind of interesting. So one of the responses that I've gotten to my videos is that they said something to the effect that, man, this guy can talk. That's absolutely correct. I mean, anytime I'm talking about aviation or I'm talking to any of you folks in the audience, I am definitely going to be talking a lot and be excited. What's up, Squid Dog? How you doing, man? Thank you for being a fan. I appreciate you following along on the journey. Squid Dog, you are the reason why I do what I do and why I'm so excited to, be part of this journey and stuff like that. And I'm so glad that you're coming along, with me. But at any rate, so one of the things that's been kind of interesting of late, and the reason why I wanted to get on here is I'm sitting here in my fancy schmancy studio, editing the next video for this coming upload Friday. Um, and I need to take a break because I've been at it for a couple hours and I am starving. And I said, what's going on, Jay Styles? I said, before I go eat lunch, I'm gonna come on here and just throw caution to the wind and just go live. And speaking of wind, man, it's been crazy. What's up, Brennan Fitzgerald? What's up, man? Good to meet you. Oh yeah, Sporties, that's what's up. I got to make that flight back out there again, man. That was a great flight. And I've actually been trying to figure out how to work that video, so that should be coming sometime later on in the spring. But it was definitely good meeting you. But at any rate, so the wind. What the heck is going on with the wind? So Friday, I was supposed to. Oh, the tall bearded guy. Okay, I remember you. Yeah, what's up, man? Um, I was supposed to fly Friday with my CFII, and yes, I keep talking about my instrument rating, instrument rating, instrument rating. That's the first thing I hear. Instrument rating. What are you doing, Russ? For your instrument rating. What are you doing? Instrument rating. I mean, that's all I'm doing. Hey, Joe Pilot, what's up, man? Um, but yeah, that's all I've been trying to do. And every day, wind, gusts, 15 to 30, 25 to 40. I mean, it's been bananas. And so even today, it's Sunday. It is daylight savings time. It is Sunday, March 9th, 12:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The sky is beautiful. I'm looking out at the clouds, tall, like wispy layer skies are beautiful and it's gusting 12 to 20. Like, I understand that, like rain, we need water, I mean, I'm sure wind plays, but man, it's just been constant. It's just been crazy. So I was losing my mind a little bit. And I love making the videos, but I also like flying and making the videos and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm here. JVD Flying Drummer. Hello from Kissimmee, Florida. Hey, I'm working on instrument as well at the moment. Hey man, good luck, and Godspeed to you. One of the things I will say about instrument flying is it's a completely different thing. Um, I've done like two or three flights now. And one of the things about instrument flying is the level of precision that you have to have is like crazy. And I don't have a problem with, you know, looking at an approach plate and all that kind of stuff and briefing it. But when I'm in the airplane, there's just so much going on, and I can't figure out where I am and when to start doing my checklist, and when to start configuring the plane for landing and all that kind of stuff. So definitely working through that. Donald Grant, hey, what's up? Supposed to do my checkout ride at Doylestown today, and I have to about to cancel because of wind. Donald, yeah, man, dude, that just yeah, it's been crazy. I might still go out to the airport later on just to go look at the airplane to pretend like I'm gonna go fly. But man, it's been crazy. Joe Pilot, yep, instrument training makes you a more accurate pilot. I completely agree. It's it definitely takes you to a completely different level. So I want to encourage all the pilots out there, especially the Donald Grants of the world, who was supposed to do a checkout ride in one of the airplanes there out at Doylestown. I know it's extremely, extremely frustrating, but just hang in there because, like I said, I was going crazy. So I'm just like, I'm tired of editing these videos. My blood sugar's low. I'm getting cranky, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just turn this phone on, and we're just gonna go live, and I'm just gonna say what's up to people, and whoever comes on, because I just need to vent. So yeah, so currently, I am working on my instrument rating. I'm about maybe 6 hours into the rating. I did my first couple of approaches. It was really, really interesting. And many of the equipment that I have: two G5s, a Garmin GTN 650. It's WAS capable and all that kind of stuff. So I'm able to shoot GPS approaches. And one of the things that I noticed, man, is you get close, that daggone needle gets so sensitive. And so I'm learning to like make these small adjustments rather than chasing a needle. It's pretty crazy. Casey Morton, hey Russ, I've got 12.6 hours, flew yesterday morning and got real experience sweating and stressing. This morning was beautiful and I love it again. That's good, man. 12.8 hours, 12.6 hours. You're on your way. Um, out of the 40, you're doing pretty good. So Casey Morton, hang in there. You're cooking with gas. And so yeah. So just trying to stay focused. And one of the things that I always get concerned is I do a lesson and then a couple weeks go by, and like, what have I lost and what have I retained? And so I'm really trying to, hone in on that. And cooking cooking with 110 low lead. Jameen Jada. What's up? And hopefully, sorry if I'm butchering your name. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But what's up, Jermaine or Jameen? Good to see you, man. Good to see all of you. I mean, I thank you for all the folks that have decided to jump on this. Um, your YouTube channel inspires me. Jameen, thank you, man. That's like music to my ears. One of the things I want to say real quick, and I'm not going to be on here too long, is the whole reason for this YouTube channel and the experience and all that kind of stuff is I really just want to inspire future pilots, current pilots, to continue to keep after this thing, especially in light of all of the things that we've been seeing in the news about the different aircraft and airplane mishaps and all that kind of stuff. Let's stay encouraged. Uh JJ, hello, sir. Hello to you, Joe Pilot. Amen, Russ. You keep me inspired. That's great. Donald Grant, do you have a flight simulator at home? Mr. Grant, I do not, but that's something that I've definitely been thinking about and working on. There is a simulator at Doylestown. and I can use that. So I'm out there a lot, so I'll probably use that simulator. Plus, it's like FAA certified. But Mr. Grant, you're right. I'm We're working on having X plane here, put it on my computer. At least so I can understand. Making the connections between um, the approach plates, and shooting approaches on that. So yeah, so definitely want to keep us all encouraged. I will say that for the first time, I don't know if you guys remember, and it was relatively recent, but that medical transport airplane that crashed here in Philadelphia. And for the first time, I kind of went over that direction in Philadelphia, and it was impactful, and I started to make a video about it, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. And so just know that there are certain places I just can't go, just because I thought about the people who were on that airplane, that little girl, and the pilots, and so I just don't want to do just people who do accident recreation and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave that to them. JJ, uh, do you ever plan to fly into the DC CIFRA? I'm local to KVKX, Potomac Airfield. So it's interesting that you asked that question. I am completely intimidated by that DC CIFRA. However, having said that, that's something that I definitely want to do the training to learn how, those portals and entries and exits and stuff. And JJ, I will say this: when I do take the training and stuff, reach out to you, come down to Potomac Airfield, and we'll hang out. But I ain't gonna lie to you, that DC cipher looks extremely intimidating. I think personally, that DC cipher is the most complex airspace in the country. But that's just me. Um, Mike Horton, good to see you, Russ. Just happened to turn on the computer, and there you are, safe on the ground. Mike Horton here from Scarsdale, New York. Yeah, that is true, man. I am definitely safe on the ground. But brother Mike, good to see you as well. I pray that you are having a fantastic day, and definitely, you know, happy to be on the ground, wishing I was in the air rather than the opposite, right? My brother Derek, what's going on, man? Love you. Good to see you. Gas Tractor, good luck with your instrument rating. I just got mine in October. Woo! Mike Quebec Sierra, excellent. Gas Tractor, congratulations to you. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. But that's awesome, man. I am so glad and so happy for you. Nathan Wildthorn, Ruskin Flies, good to see you live, man. Woohoo! Yeah, man, it's good to be live, man. And I just, I wanted to do it when it was, the right time and the right space, and I have the right energy and all that kind of stuff. But I am so blessed by each and every one of you who have taken the time to be on this journey with me. If you go all the way back to the beginning, aviation is not in my family at all. There are no pilots. My dad was in the Army, so there's military service. My uncle was in the Marines. So there's a lot of folks in my family who have served in the military, but none have done aviation. And so this aviation journey really is a spiritual one as well. And so I'm just glad that many of you have decided to be on this journey with me, to support me in not only the aviation aspect, but this YouTube thing. Man, I'm 58. I'm no social media influencer. A lot of times I'm trying to figure out how to connect this stuff and, and all of that kind of thing. And, you know, video, editing and adding thumbnails and all these gurus. And every now and then I have these people reach out to me, yeah, we can help you with your SEO. And I'm like, I'm glad you can help me with my SEO, but I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what you're helping me with. And regardless of how rough these videos are and how unpolished they may be, and how unpolished I may be as a pilot and as a presenter, you guys decide that, hey, I'm just going to support this brother anyway. And I am definitely, definitely appreciative. Nathan Wildthorn, Ruskin Flies, great to see you, man. Yep, good to see you. Raymond Jimenez, you're awesome, Russ. Thank you, brother Raymond. Appreciate it. Kev 172. Yo, Russ can fly. What's up, Kev? 172. I see you. JVD flying drummer. With this training being more precision based, it's difficult for me to stay consistent due to the rental situation. So proficiency is lacking. Staying positive though, I'll get through it. JV flying drummer. Absolutely. I hear you. That is the thing, right? There's so many moving parts. You've got the rental aircraft availability, which is very, very difficult. You have the instructor availability, and then yourself, what else you're doing in your life. There's a lot of moving parts. And so I get it, but definitely, definitely stay encouraged. You will get through this. You will definitely get on the other side. And trust me, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I have my own airplane. And what am I doing? I'm sitting my butt on the floor in my family room, watching the wind throw stuff around, you know, and my CFI is fine, my airplane is fine, but it's just been the wind. So it's always something. But you know what? JD is a JVD flying drummer. We're gonna get through this together, man. So, let's lock arms and know that we're gonna make this happen, man. And I'm so encouraged to hear you say that you'll get through it, because you saying that is encouraging me as well. Donald Grant, love the videos and positivity. You're providing a lot of love for the GA community. Love following you on your journey. You know what? I'm showing love to this aviation community because it's showing me so much love. It's just really, 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 really amazing. Cav 172 was supposed to start multi today. Wow, but canceled. It's just because it's getting gusty, and my house is at my house is calm, but on the airfield it gets bad. Yeah, and you're doing multi, man. That's awesome. Good for you. But yeah, it's just been gusty. It's just windy all over the place. Jay Styles, what's your longest distance nautical miles you have flown? Excellent question. I have flown 250, or was it so I flew from Philadelphia to Cincinnati, Ohio when I flew to Sporties. Um, and I haven't posted that video yet because I had some issues, and this one do some timing. But I think that was no 315 nautical miles, something like that. It was like legitimately like 3.5 hours of flying, but a great flight. Joe Pilot, I love that you are not so polished. I own a Cherokee 140 and fly over in California. Keep it up. Oh, that's awesome. Uh, Herc the cat. What's up? How you doing, man? Brennan Fitzgerald. It's amazing how pilots all seem to know each other or know a person away from each other. We are a small community. We are a small community, but an awesome community. And I agree. And it feels like family, doesn't it? I mean, I feel like I know you folks. Many of you I haven't met. Few of you I have. But yeah, it's great. Uh, Macon Harris. Hey Russ, love watching your content. Hope I can get my channel going again soon. I got my PPL. That's what's up, Macon! Upgrading my Cherokee soon. Fancy pants, fairings, etc. That's awesome. And one of the things I need to do too is if you have any advice about getting fairing, air wheel fairings, let me know because I have to get some new ones for my mains. Cherokee Pilot, love watching your journey. I'm sharing it with my students. Oh, that's awesome. I hope they're enjoying it. And I am honored, to hear that I'm part of, being involved with your students as well. So yeah, this is what's been happening. I'm just trying to stay focused, stay connected, to the primary mission, which is for 2025. getting my instrument rating. Um, Cav 172, making Harris. Yeah, it gets even more fun after that. Peter Schuster, what's up, man? Thank you for watching. I see you say you enjoy the videos. I'm beginning my instrument journey at 64. Peter! Yo, hand clap to Peter. See, the thing I love, man, is that you know, I have been engaged with people in this community from 6 to 80. I'm not lying to you. I met a 6-year-old that, his dad was talking about putting him up on phone books to fly in their, Cessna 180. And I met a guy who has an RV, or was it a Vans? Is that what an RV is? An RV Vans? Or is those two different airplanes? I don't know. But he has an RV and dude's 80 and he's still flying and loving it, and he's, crawling into the airplane and he gets in there. I love it. I love it. It's just great. So hats off, Mr. Schuster. Keep doing what you're doing and keep inspiring all of us young folks, because it's just great. PKKP, I finally get to see you live. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Kev 172, Peter Schuster, and yeah, I like you guys are talking together. That's great. Instrument for me was easier than commercial and private. Interesting. I think instrument is just really, really challenging. And I think it's just the technical quality. Nathan Wildthorn giving a hand clap to Mr. Peter Schuster. That's awesome. So yeah, look, let's keep encouraging one another. And the one thing that I will say that has been awesome is regardless of what's happening, right? All the yakking and all of that kind of stuff, our community is definitely strong. And I love it. Oh, Macon Harris, Piper Cherokee PA 2832 main gear wheel pants, $500. That's not bad. eBay. I want to check that out. Thank you for that. Cause yeah, the other ones I had for Charlie, one of them was had a crack, and and my the mechanic said, man, you shouldn't fly with that because it's a little dangerous. So I made sure not to do that and took it off. So yeah, so it has just been an amazing, amazing year so far. 2025 has been interesting from the standpoint that there's been a lot happening in the aviation landscape in terms of the types of accidents that we've seen, the significance of some of the things. Um, but the one thing I know about the aviation community, we will figure this out. We will make it better. And so that's what we have to all think about doing. The one thing that I really say to a lot of folks when they hear that I'm a pilot, they ask me, well, you're hearing all of these different accidents. Are you getting scared? No, it just makes me double down. It's sobering, and I definitely make sure that I try to be more focused, but I don't want it to scare me away. But we want to learn from, all of the things that we're hearing so that these things and, their living isn't in vain, right? Um, Kevin 172 says instrument check route was a breeze commercial. I nearly fumbled on the oral exam portion. That's interesting. Um, Napoleon Bell, glad to check out your live. Been watching you for a while during my private pilot journey. Actually started in 1993 and now finally ready for my check ride. Napoleon! And if you guys think I'm acting, I'm not. I'm just so excited. You know what I mean? That you know you're seeing these people, the Peter Schusters, the Napoleon Bells. These are the folks that I definitely. This is why I do what I do. I want you to feel encouraged, to feel the support, to feel the love. To be a part of this, journey. So Napoleon, good for you. I can't wait. Please check back and let me know when you knock that check ride out the box. Um, Pidgey, Pidgey portion. In summation, would you say it's worth it to own your own aircraft? I know it potentially can and has been a financial nightmare for some pilots. Um, Interesting that you asked that question. Has it been worth it? Absolutely. Has it been a financial um, issue at times? Yes. Do I worry sometimes whether or not I'm going to be? Yeah, but again, you know, I see this journey again as a spiritual one. And so I look at it from the standpoint that, that what I need, it will be provided. And so the idea of having my own airplane and inspiring other people to think along those lines, that in of itself has been worth it. But the other thing is, and I haven't made a video about this, but I have like over 400 hours of flight time. And a lot of that is because I didn't have to worry about renting aircraft anymore. But there are very specific financial components of owning an aircraft that are important to try to plan for as much as possible. So, excellent question. Uh, Sun and fun. Definitely want to go, trying to figure out how to work that. I wanted to fly to it. My plan was to have my instrument rating, but out of the 30, you know, lessons I had, I've done three. So it's going slow, but I'm still trying to, want to try to do that. Let's see. Joe the Pipe, my recommendation is to rent while you get your ratings. After you're satisfied with your ratings, then buy an airplane. Just my 2 cents worth. Joe the Pilot, I don't disagree with that. Um, you know, you do what works. We do what makes sense, both in terms of your plan and your finances. I mean, that's definitely just important to make sure you do. Cav 172. I like the idea of just renting out of a flight group, like in case at Wings, making 180 a week isn't gonna cut it for me to do that. Yeah, I get it. It's you do what makes sense. I mean, I don't think there's any one way. I mean, that's the thing about aviation. There's no one way to kind of go through this. What's going on, brother Anderson? I see you. Good morning. He said renting aircraft sucks. So here's what I'm going to say. There's two there's two camps, right? There are those who your financial situation, and it is important for you to be realistic about that, because owning an aircraft is no joke financially. You know, I had an annual, there was thousands of dollars, you know, um I have, oil changes and hangar fees, insurance, which is not going to go down. Well, it's going to go down for me just because I have a lot more hours in the airplane now. And if I get my instrument rating, I expect it to go down. But it's definitely something to think about. And you just got to know your situation. On the other hand, there was an individual who said, here's my financial plan. And he bought a 152, and he's a little smaller, so that fits his mission. And his TF5 is a little smaller, so they don't have to worry about useful load. His idea is that he's going to use this airplane for all his ratings. I think he bought the airplane for like some between the range like 35 to $45,000, and he and a friend of him went in. They're going to both do their training on this 152, do all their ratings because it is IFR certified. And then once they're done, the plan is to then sell the aircraft. They're going to make a few upgrades to some things. And one of the things that you've noticed, if you haven't, if you've been on Trader Plane or Barnstorms or whatever, these airplanes are holding their value. And in many instances, they're actually increasing in value. Now, some of the prices are beginning to finally cool from post COVID, which it was, but I mean, just absolutely insane. A 1968 172M model going for $170,000 with a timed out engine in it. I mean, it's just nuts. But that's their plan, and so they not only want to recoup, their investment in this airplane, but they've got all their ratings, right? And they didn't have to worry about renting. That's what worked for them. Some people are part of, you know um there's like an awesome, over New Jersey, there's an awesome flight club. I think they've got like three airplanes, a 172, a 182, or something like that. There's one at Doylestown. There's a couple at Doylestown. One they have, Sears, although, Brother Anderson will attest that, they're not taking new members because they're waiting list. So there's some issues there, but flying clubs, that's always an option. And of course, renting. I rented for years before, I bought my own airplane. Buying my own airplane at this point in my life and financially, I had planned for this. It just worked. So definitely one of those things where, it's not a one size fits all. Just like, what kind of airplane do you want to fly? Some people love high wing, and that's it. Done. I don't want to see any other airplane. It's all about the Cessnas. Give me a 172, 182, 206, all that kind of stuff. Don't talk to me about no low wing. Other people in low wing, oh, I can see base to final. Don't talk to me about no high wing. I don't care that you got two doors and all that kind of stuff. Them daggone things float too much. All of that kind of stuff, right? So it's such a personal journey, But I just wanted to show people that buying an airplane is doable for just a regular person like myself. Um, Cav 172 Flying W in Lumberton, New Jersey has a flight club. I took my eye for written there and have flown there at night. Excellent. Awesome information. Brennan Fitzgerald, I'm part of a club in Ohio that has six 172s. Has six. Oh, okay, I see. Six planes. Three 172s, two 182s, and a 206. Wow. But that type of club is rare, and the wait list is nearly 2 years. Yeah, Mr. Brennan, that is a rare club. And I've never seen a flight club with a 206. That's awesome. Makes me want to move out to Ohio just to have access to a 206. Uh Cold plated junk. Hey, what's going on? You just tuning in, talking about airplanes and cost. I just bought my first airplane, a 2010 162 Skycatcher. I love it. I got a good deal, brought from flight school on auction for 55 grand. Yeah. I mean, see, there's ways to navigate this. You just have to do your homework. And I would believe gold plated junk would agree with me that you just have to do your homework. You have to be very focused, just like you are when you're doing flight training, and you have to be patient because I really do believe there's a right airplane out there for everyone and there's a right deal. And sometimes the right deal is I rent for my entire flight career, and that is absolutely perfectly fine. Flight to Freedom, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Cav 172, low wings look more like a plane to me, but high wings look like, I like looking out the outside window. I agree. Brennan Fitzgerald, flying neutrons. Yeah. There is no one size fits all. I will say for me, owning Charlie has been a tremendous blessing. It has allowed me to inspire people to even think about the question, should I think about owning an airplane? Number one. Number two, it has allowed me to go some places, do some things, create some content that, but for having the airplane, I probably wouldn't be able to create. And it's created a community of airplane owners where we can talk about how do we, impact this community such that people aren't doing these runaway prices, because some people are just losing their minds at some of these prices. Cherokee Pilot, come for the plane, stay because of the people. That is true. Gold plated trunk, 100 gold plated junk. 100% facts. This was after walking away from a 1958 175 after inspections. Patience is the key, and the right deal comes when it's time. Absolutely. Absolutely true. So I thank you for that question. I am definitely happy to be an airplane owner. Here's the thing: I do know that at some point in my airplane ownership situation, my engine is going to need to be overhauled. So I just put this figure in my mind. Make sure during this journey you're creating a situation where you can deal with 60 to 65 thousand dollars, right? And I'm like, that's crazy. But that's part of the plan. I'm not gonna do a flight without a good flight plan. I'm not going to take a passenger up unless I explain to them how all the things in the airplane work. There's just things that I'm not going to do if I don't plan for them. It's the same thing with, Charlie. Yes, at some point, you know, her engine is going to have to be overhauled, and that's a huge amount of money. I mean, huge. And it is scary. But the thing about it is, right now, I think the engine is at, I forget where I am now. I'm just going to say 500 hours at this point, right? So my engine, since major overhaul, is about 500, somewhere around there. 500 hours. I have to look at the log books. Um, so, and my TBO for my 0540 Bravo 2 Bravo 4 engine Lycoming is 2,000 hours. So I have roughly about, 1,500 hours or so before I need to overhaul. And so during that time and during that flying, I just need to be like, okay, $10 here, $50 there, $100 there, put it into the account, you know, and and so, prayerfully, if I plan appropriately, I will be ready for that huge amount of money, because trust me, that is a tremendous amount of money for me, and it is, scary thing. So if the engine need to be overhauled tomorrow, guess what? That plane wouldn't fly because I don't have the 60 grand. But I'm preparing for that. Kev, when it needs to be replaced, there is a wait, sometimes a year, with a deposit, and the company charges for the engine. Yeah, that's crazy. 100 every hour, every 2 weeks. Joe Pilot, yep, had our Cherokee engine overhaul. It was a good chunk of change and a long wait. Stay the course, it will get done. Nathan Wildthorn, flight clubs are a good option. I saved several $100s by joining a flight club here in Southern California. Shout out from the West Coast, and doing my flight training through them. And the thick, chewable coffee was free. That's hilarious. Napoleon Bell, have you ever thought about working with young people? A good friend of mine started a nonprofit, Urban Aviators, in Columbia, Ohio. You would be a great speaker inspiring kids and into aviation. So that's something that, as I think about, you know, no longer working a regular job, and because I'm a working man. I'm still working. I'm putting a kid through college and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's something I think about, because I definitely want to encourage as many people, and definitely young people, to think about aviation and aviation careers, and not only just being a pilot and all that kind of stuff, but being, an aviation mechanic. I mean, I can't tell you, how much of a need there is for good aviation mechanics out there. And those are great jobs. In fact, I'm thinking about going back to mechanic school myself so I can understand how this stuff works. Pidgey Potion, I would own a Cherokee 180 because their engines are somewhat less expensive to overhaul than the 235. Yeah, that's true. Two less cylinders, all of that good stuff. So listen, good people, this has been fun. I will say, continue to share down in the comments if you think this is something that I should do. Maybe once a month or something like that. Come on and just, have a, hey, Twin Flyer, how you doing? That way I can schedule it and people can be prepared. But let me know if this is something that I should do. But we're about 40 minutes in, and I've taken your time, and I am beginning to beginning to really get hungry. But I appreciate, man. I didn't expect anybody. I thought I was just going to just be talking, and then that was going to be it. But I definitely appreciate you folks being on here and making this such fun. This has been so enjoyable, and it's really helped me to calm down, and deal with my frustration of not being able to fly again today. And this has been awesome. All of you folks are awesome. I hope you and your families are well. I pray that you have a phenomenal week coming up. And all of those who are currently in training or getting ready to, you know, do any type of check ride or stage check or, anything like that, I wish you the best of luck. And thank you all for being here. Flyboy 337, you inspired me to start taking lessons after doing air traffic control for 3 decades. Awesome. Hats off. So take care, everyone. I thank you all. And like I said, maybe we'll do this once a month and I'll schedule it and we'll, be able to so people won't just have to luck into it. But I just needed to talk to my aviation peeps. I was losing my mind. So anyway, you guys have an amazing day. Bruce Wayne, how you doing from Harlem, New York? Good to see you. Rudy 72, I'm glad you found the channel too. All you folks are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. I love you all. God bless. Russ Kid, Russ can fly. I'm out. Peace, y'all.